Hi, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear my audio. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I have headphones on and it says, hold up, y'all. Let me make sure that I got these. Come on, headphones. Here we go, pods. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can see me. Let me make sure I got everything set up on my settings over here. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing today? Welcome. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Venus, how are you? H, how are you? Gen X Drop Bear, welcome. Thank you, Andrew, for letting me know you can hear me. Is it Tiago? Audio okay, video okay. Thank you, love. Shout out to you, Shauna B, Chico, Gaslit's in the house. Let me make sure I share it with everybody. So let me do a little survey because I want to make sure I understand where to get started first here because some people may understand the other stuff, but not the other. Like I've been covering several topics. I am here for the following. Onijah Robinson has been the trending story of I don't know for quite some time. And then we have the other Daniel Greene situation with Naomi and everybody else involved. Those are our two topics. Hey Darcy, how are you? Katie, how are you? Shout out to everybody. Make sure you guys are sharing and hitting that like button, please, and thank you. I'm gonna give a couple minutes for the people to get in here. We live now. Excuse me. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys have your coffees. Hey H, how are you? Hey Miyu, how are you? I see you. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Ya llegaste. Shout out to you. Ya llegaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone. We live now. Chico's in the house. Thank you, Chico. Mar, how are you? Ya llegaste. Mike, how are you? Shout out to everybody. Ya llegaron. Everybody. Hey, Pepperoni, how are you, love? Let those notifications go out. We have much to review and much to talk about. All right. Okay. All right. I'm looking at the poll right now. We have 20 votes so far. I'm trying to figure out where to get started and who to talk about first. We might talk about Daniel Greene first because we have much to review at this point. I don't know what's going on. Look at is my eyeliner? Probably my eyeliner. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Is it like Mercury retrograde, Gatorade? What is it? What's it called? Mercury, when the sun and the moon and the everybody. Where's Kim when you need her? Kim is really good at explaining this, okay? There's this thing where like they call it Mercury retrograde. I call it Mercury Gatorade because I'm like, I don't understand this. But apparently it's when shit kind of goes crazy. All right. And thank you, Andrew. We will be talking about that first because I clearly see that everybody's here for that. Retrograde. I call it Mercury Gatorade, right? Jen says, I'm here for Rabbit. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you. Thank you, Allison. How are you? I guess it's when things align and the planets align and things go crazy. I kind of felt like we had a little bit of a Mercury situation happening yesterday on multiple things. I was like, what the hell are people just really just I don't know. What's going on? Are y'all okay? Is the internet okay? Let me know. Lovey cats, thank you, Mercury. There's also this full moon and the planets are aligning. Well, there's that. There's a full moon and the planets are aligning. Oh my God, Didi, thank you. Mercury will be in retrograde 3 times in 2025. So March 15th through April 7th, okay? July 18th to August 11th, and November 9th through the 29th. Okay, so we're not there yet. Then why is everybody wilding out? What's going on? Whatever. Okay, and then Mercury in retrograde means unexpected series of cortisol introducing cray cray episodes. I listen, too much happening for Rabbit to keep up and make current videos. Andrew, you ain't never lie about that. There's too much happening and I can't keep up. Okay, maybe that's just my fault. No notifications. Oh yeah, retrograde. Oh my God, is it your birthday, Mar? Shout out to Mar. Y'all drop some presents, some hearts in the chat for Mar. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, love. Shout out to you. You've always been very supportive. Thank you for spending time with me on your birthday, girl. Have a coffee, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You just watched Daniel Greene's video? Oh, we about to watch it, okay? All right, let's get started. Are we ready to get started? We're going to get started because we have much to review, okay? Okay. No, not in July. I see. All right. I thought it was your birthday now. Okay. I misread that then. Sorry. Hey, Andra, you could literally talk about anything and I would check it out. Thank you, love. Thank you. So last night, I happened to be awake and I noticed that Naomi King dropped a video. That video, my friends, was like 3 minutes and let me see. I have the downloader here because I downloaded it because I said, "Oh my God, she read the 3-page letter," and like I was gonna react to it, and I was gonna do a email. Okay, hold up. That video was 3 minutes and 37 seconds, and it was called "I'm so sorry." Oh my God! It's essentially this video right here. I'll show it to you guys. Okay, this video right here. But then I noticed this morning that she edited the video. That video is now 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Okay? So I don't know what happened. So I went in to look in the video and it turns out that she edited out the letter. She read this 8-page letter that she had talked about in her videos. Now her videos are like hidden. Thank you so much for the 199. Mar says we can celebrate my unbirth. Well, we'll celebrate your birthday in July, girl. Thank you for the 199 love. Shout out to you. Thank you for supporting my channel. You said Night Charm said Naomi 5150 ASAP. Let's play this video. But I have the original video, by the way. Okay. The girl, I can't believe the girl edited what she did. I can't believe this.
This is not okay, and I am checking myself. Part way to get it right. This is the 5th time I have tried recording an apology video, and there is no way to get it right. I am so sorry to every survivor that I have hurt in doing this. That was not my intent. And it breaks my heart how many people I have hurt. I have been reading your comments and I am devastated by what I have done. This is not normal behavior. This is not okay. And I am checking myself. Part 2 was taken down by YouTube. It got flagged for sexual content. Wow. I'm not the one who took it down. I'm not trying to hide things. I'm not trying to pretend it didn't happen. And I already know that a bunch of you have downloaded it. So I'm not trying to hide. I am so sorry to every survivor that I have hurt in this. I am also, horrifically sorry. I want to apologize to Kayla so much. And Daniel, I am...
Apologize for what, though? That's what I don't get. What are you apologizing for? Like, when I first saw this is what that was my thought. Like, what are you apologizing for? And then I realized, girl, you really misinterpreted you lied to the people. Like, what are you doing? Mars says, oh my God, Mars, thank you for the 499. Thank you for covering this. There's something so off about the situation. I'm sorry, guys. Like, she really... Look, because she lied. She lied. Daniel did a video. We're about to review that, okay, with Kayla. And now it makes sense. So for those that are so new to this situation, it's very simple, okay? This girl right here uploaded a video in 2023 about a situation where she doesn't name a YouTuber, where she's alleging to have been sexually assaulted. Okay. It was an 8-minute video, which I also happen to have because I did download that video. Yes, I did. And it was brought to my attention recently because one of my subscribers said, Rabbit, this girl right here just outed a YouTuber who sexually assaulted her. And now he's threatening to sue her and making threats towards her. I said, oh my, and you already know how my channel works, y'all. We're going to go out there. We're going to expose. We're going to talk about these issues because that's what we do here, right? So she drops this video. In that video, I believe, I can't even remember how long. It was right in the 20-minute mark or something like that, where she talked about how she was being threatened, and if something happens to her, this is what happened. She shows us a cease and desist from Daniel's attorney. Um, I was really like taken back because then she talked about how the police treated her, and just it was just way too much, too many things, right? She has a full on 10-minute panic attack on that video. Full on, where she can't breathe and she's just going and going. And we're like, if you're watching this, you really feel for her because you could feel her panic attack right through the screen, right? Then 24, 48 hours later, she does another video where she calls it Daniel Greene Part 2, The Situation. And she's reenacting an alleged sex assault that she says happened to her. Okay? Multiple times. She gets nude on the bed where she's reenacting this. All right? She makes the sounds where she's reenacting this. Okay? So that triggered a lot of people. It did. I noticed that people that made videos speaking against Daniel Greene and taking a stance basically removed those videos, deleted those comments, kind of, they did that little what is it, Homer Simpson hiding in the grass type of situation. You know how Homer kind of hides in the grass and he's like going back? That's what they did, right? Oh, I noticed that. In that video, she contradicts herself from the first initial video. She says that Daniel Greene had been sober when he had essayed her. Okay. And even though here she says, I never said he essayed me. I never said he raped me. Girl, you led people to believe that that's what happened to you. People believed what you said. That man, I went to a Social Blade and he lost 37,000 subscribers. Okay. That is a 500,000, I think 550,000 platform. He lost 37,000 subscribers in like 3 days. Literally. I was in shock. So of course, I had questions. A lot of you guys had questions in the chat. You guys said, "What the hell? Like, what happened? Why is she saying this? People were processing this. That was a lot. It was a lot to process." So she drops this video 9 hours ago. In this video, it was 3 minutes and 37 seconds. The original video. Matter of fact, look at this is how much I was working last night. I was like trying to read the letter because I said, "Oh my God, let me read this letter and let me do a reaction video." This is the video. Look at, I still have it up on the screen. I never closed my screen. 3 minutes and 37 seconds. For those that want to take screenshots, there you go. Let me remove myself. Okay. And let me remove this. Thank you, Mar, again. Y'all can see that there. It says 3 minutes and 37 seconds right there. Okay. 36 seconds. Now the video that she has, she left it up, but it's been edited. It is now 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Law. So the deception of this girl is everywhere. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. I wake up this morning and that's when I realized she had edited this video and I said, this is bullshit. And then I wake up and I see Daniel's video, which we're going to talk about here and do a reaction to it. Okay. She said, and I have those videos, go watch them. She basically in the video said that, especially specifically, she didn't want to have sex. She can't lubricate. Like, she was going into these details. She's like, I don't want to have sex. I don't want to do this. I don't. And she's saying that she's telling him this, and she's pushing him off. Yes, my friend, you said what you said initially. I have a problem with what she put out here, guys. I really, really do. This right here, I cannot. Anyways, let me keep playing this.
I'm devastated by how many people I have hurt. I never said that I said no. I never
What?
said that I fought him off. I never said that I said stop. I never said that he raped me. And now I have hurt.
So have we been gaslit? You don't get to do this. You don't get to do this. She literally, I feel like we've been gaslit, because even though she didn't say, you raped me, okay, even though she didn't say no, she didn't fight him off, because she did say those in those videos. Now she's denying, like, I never said this. I never said that. This is a very dangerous situation. You know how many people are sitting in prison behind bars over situations like this? They get falsely accused. It was heavy. Look at even Vic, who wasn't even following the situation, but liked her furry coat, says it was heavily implied. It was implied. Okay? It was. I'm okay. Let's keep going. All right.
Hurt thousands of people. I have become that person that has set survivors back, and that revolts me. And I hate it. To every sexual assault survivor who watched my first video and felt something and related, and then watched part 2 and felt completely betrayed, that also breaks my heart. Everyone's, experience of trauma is different. And I know that for so many people, I let you down. And I'm not okay with that. And I hurt so many people. It was not my intent. I genuinely thought I was doing something good. I thought I was.
She said, I genuinely thought I was doing something good. She brings in a post, a Tumblr post from 2016 of a woman named Madison, who Daniel's alleging, I don't know what happened. He even brings in the roommate, okay, where Madison had made allegations. Madison connects with Naomi, and they start having this conversation. This is why in the initial video she said, well, I've been in contact with somebody who he had manipulated before, and this has been going on for years. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, you even implied that this man had a pattern of behavior, and therefore that's why you wanted to expose him. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Protecting people, but clearly I was not. I am not okay with my behavior. It's really gross. I agree with your comments, and I am going to take a step back and reflect. I don't like this version of me, so I'm going to put an end to this.
Okay.
I'm going to acknowledge my faults. I stand by my trauma, but I do not stand by my behavior. I am so sorry. I apologize. I genuinely don't know what I was thinking. I don't want to blame mental illness. I don't like this behavior, and I'm going to make it stop.
I'm sorry, but she deserves to get sued. Okay? She does. You don't get to do this. You just don't. Okay? There needs to be accountability for things like that. All right? I'm sorry, but that's just no, I'm not sorry. Fuck that. She deserves to get sued. Okay? That's it.
And I am so sorry for all of the hurt that I have caused. I thought I was doing the right thing. Clearly, I was wrong. And I am deeply ashamed of how I have been behaving.
Okay. So that was her edited video, because it was edited. Let's go to Daniel Greene, okay? Because that, my friends, was just like,
hello.
Let me tell you guys something. This is how much this story got to me when I first heard her video. So much so that I didn't even subscribe to him. Like, that's how mad I was. Like, what the hell? I just like, it was so emotional to hear this. So he does this video, drops it 5 hours ago. It is at 84,000 views. And I hope that if you are a creator and you talked about this and you denounced him publicly, that you at the very least listen to what he says. You have to be able to listen to both sides of the story, of the situation. Okay. Because it's things like this that set people back, both at different scales. You know what I mean? So let me hit play on this.
My name is Daniel Greene, and this is in response to Naomi King's recent videos accusing me falsely of sexual assault on a trip to Las Vegas. And it's very important to me that I immediately address how the title of this video is not clickbait. And Naomi King, in their own second video, recently included evidence to prove the title of this video. One, there was a screenshot of a text sent where Naomi King states themselves that they were asking for us to go further on the second day of the trip.
Yes.
And on top of that, they included snippets from a video.
I reviewed that too. I said, wait a minute, she's asking to go further, especially when she said, my pleasure type of situation. Yeah, this did happen. That was shown.
Apologizing to Kayla, and there was even another one to myself where they remove context where Naomi King explicitly states that the relationship was consensual.
I wish I could take it all back. I wish I could take it all fucking back. It was not worth losing what we had. I wish I'd said no. I wish you'd never gone to Vegas. I feel so fucking guilty because of what I did.
Look at this shit, y'all. What is Gordon said? Gordon said, hashtag free Wendy Williams and get this woman in there. Just saying. I freaking love Gordon. Shout out to Gordon. I said something was off with their story from the get-go, which I hate to say because you don't want to discount someone, but something was really off. You don't want to be the one to victim blame or victim shame, right? You don't want to be the one to victim anything. And that's the reality of it. Like, I know I didn't want to be the one to be like, oh, this is off. This is off. You're just now seeing Marley. Really, Marley? Oh my God, I'm glad you could watch it with us.
Because of what I did to Kayla.
And even in their video, they show the empty drive links that our lawyer had used and since erased for memory purposes. And that leads me to believe Naomi King thought we would no longer have copies of those videos, which is not the case. We do. And this also allows me to counter Naomi King's claim in their first video that I was unprovoked keeping tabs on them after our affair ended, which is not the case. In the days and weeks following us blocking Naomi King on several platforms, we continued to receive messages not only from Naomi King, but one of their friends. And also, to make the claim that I could not know this video was about me, I find to be absurd. It includes details about a trip to Las Vegas, and Naomi King also mentions contacting a stalker of mine that I had told them about in confidence during our 3-year relationship. And once I realized Naomi King had contacted my stalker, Madison, that is when I decided to seek legal counsel. Naomi included clips in their recent video posted Saturday to make it seem, even in these private videos, they were claiming assault, which is not the case. I am going to play you clips from those personalized videos that Naomi King sent to Kayla and I, and show you them directly contradicting the accusations they made against me, and directly talk about how what happened was consensual. I will then show you how in their 2023 video that drove me to hire legal counsel, you can see Naomi King deciding to change consensual to non-consensual. This video will clearly show a pattern of escalation and dishonesty from Naomi King, and it'll start now.
He turned up at midnight, sober and awake, and pressured me, half asleep and on drugs, into sexual things that he and I had agreed beforehand would not happen. I was on 50 milligrams that night. You were on 10.
First of all, directly there, Naomi King is contradicting themselves, saying I was on 0, then 10.
Didn't I point this out in the video? I made a video about this and I said, I'm sorry, guys, this is where she contradicts herself. Because in the initial video, she said that he was completely sober. And then in the reenactment of all this stuff, then she says, oh, well, I offered him 10. I pointed this out too. I said, That's not sober. Yes, 10 milligrams might not be much for somebody, but I don't know his tolerance. I don't know what he takes or anything. Like, we have to kind of keep that in mind. I could be drunk. Let's talk about alcohol, right? Because my tolerance on alcohol is very, very low. Back in my nightclubbing days, I could be taking a lot of tequila shots, probably 10 or 15 shots and be good. Believe it or not, I was a drinker. I'm not a drinker anymore, right? So I could take one or two and be done. I could be drunk. I probably couldn't drive a vehicle, right? That's the thing. And this is the other thing too. She went from 40 to 50. She said she had been taking almost 50. That she wanted to take 50 all day, but she had already taken 40. And then it just kept going all over the place. Okay. Period. Now, Nurse Janice sent me a apology video. So people are doing apology videos towards Daniel in the community, and I think that was smart. Yes, thank you, Mandy. You're right. It's not going to make you hallucinate. So keep that in mind. Alcohol might be different than marijuana, THC, or whatever. So I'm just letting y'all know that we don't know this man's tolerance. To say that 10 is wouldn't get him high. It wouldn't mean that he wouldn't be sober if you're ingesting anything just because you're ingesting it. Like, we just don't know what his tolerance is. Right. Like, I was wasted on 10. I can't imagine 40. I mean, her tolerance is high on 40, right? Or 50. I can take half of 10, a 5, and be like, oh my God, I'm ready to go to bed. And that's on sativa. Okay. I mean, it's been a minute since I've done, I miss it every once in a while, but I'm just letting y'all know everybody's tolerance is a little bit different. And that was one thing I wanted to point out when I did that video. I said, this right here, y'all, does not make sense because we don't know what his tolerance is. Let's show both sides of the story. Okay.
But in addition to that, even in the screenshot they show, they're messaging me about taking 40 milligrams around lunchtime and then directly state that I arrived around midnight. I had no knowledge that Naomi King was continuing to take edibles, and that contradicts what actually happened when I arrived, where they walked down to the hotel lobby in a bathrobe, greeted me, and walked me back upstairs, sober as a whistle.
Anyway, I reached out to his girlfriend because I felt like shit. And I know what it's like to be cheated on, and it fucking sucks. She replied and asked me for the truth. She asked me for the truth. I was at the airport when I received that message. I headed home to send her the truth. By the time I got home, she had asked me to leave her alone, which I completely understood. So I respected that and I left her alone. A handful of days later, she reached out to me again to call me a vile, despicable human being. It was that message that made it very clear to me that she had been asking him for the truth and he was still lying.
Naomi King said in their video that I reached out to them and wanted to know the truth.
Ooh.
That is misleading. In May, they sent me a video unprompted, wanting to apologize.
All right, let me read this right here, okay? Because it says, this is a message from Naomi. Hi, before you block me on here, I wanted to tell you how sorry I am, truly. Please watch this. I need you to know and see and hear how sorry I am. I know there's nothing I can say to make it better, but I cannot say something. I cannot not say something. I'm so sorry. And then it's a YouTube link, okay?
For what had happened. When I first
This is Daniel's fiance. This is Kayla, okay?
saw the message, I did not want to respond right away, but I did say I would like to hear their side because I felt that was right. When I watched the video, I deleted that message as
Okay, so she unsent it, and then there's more. On May 7, 2023, it says, I understand you feeling guilty and wanting to say something, but please just let me grieve in peace. I'm trying to hold on to whatever pieces of my life I have left. And right now, this just sends me into a world of hurt. I just want it to stop. I just want to be left alone. And then there's another message on May 12th that says, I feel like I finally know the full truth. Okay.
As you can see here. Now, you might have noticed that my second response was never actually shown in either of their videos. And that is because it says this here, there is no mention of sexual assault. That is because there was absolutely none in the video I received.
Y'all hear that? So this video that she says she sent her to let her know and warned her, she never said that. She never even says it in the message. What is going on?
As a survivor of sexual assault myself, I take that very seriously. And had that been there, I would have had a very, very different response and conversation. In the video Naomi uploaded on Saturday, there are 2 very short snippets from that apology video. I think it would be best to show everyone the full context, so I will play the rest of it in full now.
I did to you what was done to me 10 years ago, and I fucking hate myself for it. I feel sick. It was one of the most painful things I have ever gone through, and I did it to you. The similarities between your situation now and where I was 10 years ago is so fucking similar that it's scary, and yet I still fucking did it. And I haven't stopped crying. I feel absolutely sick to my stomach. I am so, so sorry. You deserve so much better than that. I did not enjoy it. You did not enjoy it, and it kills me. I just want you to know
I did not enjoy it. He did not enjoy it, and it kills me. I did not enjoy it, and he did not enjoy it, and it kills me. If this is an assault, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I am truly sorry, and you deserve better. I don't expect a reply. I expect I'll be blocked, and I completely understand. But I never got an apology from the woman that actually fucked my husband, and I don't want to be that.
So in this 8-page letter, she talks about she makes a similar a comparison to a situation that happened to her. She was married at one point and her husband cheated on her and basically gave her like an ultimatum and you know just messed her up to a certain degree, cheated on her. And so then she's basically telling Daniel in this letter that he needs to be honest with his, girl, that don't just be forthcoming. 8 pages of her telling him to break up with her and to be honest with her, that he could never be monogamous and do it. And it was just like, girl, like, okay, but he's also not like being honest with you too. Like, why are you pushing him to do all this? Why are you there? Okay. And now this has turned into, I've been assaulted. I'm so confused by this. I don't know. Mar, thank you for the $4.99. I think this story should now be out, how Daniel attracts stalkers, in my opinion. Not Mar, like, this is crazy. I as an outsider, I don't know these people personally. I don't, right? But like, this is so intense. This has gotten it, and Vic in the chat's like, not one tear rolling down. Well, let me tell you, this is her audition room. This is where she auditions to do things. I was watching a couple of her videos, and she gets, she acts and then gets like gigs this way. I mean, she's a musician, she's an artist. That's what she does. So thank you so much, Mar, for the $4.99. It's very theatrical. No, Chico, use your hands. Let me know what y'all think, because literally I brought this situation to you guys, and some of you guys were like, we don't even know what's going on. But now that you've caught up, now you understand the seriousness of the situation. Let me keep going.
I hate myself.
The comment that followed about vile and despicable actions by both parties was not in response to me learning about sexual assault. It was in response to me learning about a consensual affair. They proceeded to end.
Okay. And this is the part where it was cut off, and I'm going to read it here a little bit. Hold up. Where is it? Right here. You both are vile, despicable human beings to do this to another person over years. I'm revolted by the mere sight of you.
Response to me learning about a consensual affair. They proceeded to end the video.
By the way, let me side note, Kayla has like the perfect AI voice. Is it just me? I know it's like horrible to say this, but I was listening to her and I was like, this girl's got the perfect AI voice. Like her sound and inflection. I'm like, ooh, maybe not appropriate, but let me just say that. She just has a perfect AI voice. Shout out to you, Kim. Kim, I was just talking about you. I was like, where's Kim with the retrograde stuff information? She is too much. Oh, please take some medicine for that migraine, okay, love? Shout out to Kim.
By saying they know they will be blocked, that they don't expect a response from me. And that is exactly what I did. But then, 8 days later, I received a message from someone who said they were Naomi's friend and roommate. I just wanted to be left alone.
She wanted the truth. He was still lying. He said she...
Why she wanted the truth? No. Do you see how she lied there? She wanted to be left alone. She wanted the truth. Huh. Okay.
deserved to know everything. Okay? He said she deserved to know everything. And by golly, did I agree.
I wanted to include this while also stating that Naomi eventually did include the full message in a follow-up video that shows me being the one to want to apologize to Kayla and come forward and admit to the consensual affair. But also within this second video, again, Naomi shows a message that reads as follows, and it is from them. Don't you dare try and put any of this on me. I never asked you to cheat. The last night I said I wanted to do more because you said that had been your favorite part. And then you played it like you didn't want it. Again, it seems only you are allowed to express any kind of lust. When I finally do it, because you've been doing it, you never like it. And I assume Naomi King took these screenshots quite some time ago, because when I pull up our Instagram, I just see things like this. And in
Yeah, I saw and I read those screenshots. Okay.
regards to the allegation about me pressuring in the absence of lube, it was Naomi King who on our second day there was repeatedly asking me to go buy lube despite me saying I did not want to have sex. And they went as far as to bring up a nearby sex shop on their phone's map app.
Until you found out it was a sugar baby and that I had someone. And suddenly another fire lit up under your ass and you wanted me again. And I feel terrible for cheating on Kel. He treats me better than anyone I have ever been with.
This is an example
What?
of Naomi King twisting the truth to fit
Hold the
their
hell.
narrative.
Y'all
There
hear
were
that? Hold up. She didn't show this part of the video. She didn't show this.
by sex shop on their phone's map app.
Until you found out it was a sugar baby and that I had someone. And suddenly another fire lit up under your ass and you wanted me again. And I feel terrible for cheating on Kel.
Kel is a married man that Naomi was seeing at the time.
He treats me better than anyone I have ever been with.
This is an example of Naomi King twisting the truth to fit their narrative. There were times that both of us felt bad after crossing boundaries we shouldn't have while we were both in relationships. And there was no pattern to my recollection of it being when Naomi broke up with someone or I did at all. There were even instances of Naomi King telling me things along the lines of it's better to ask forgiveness than permission in regards to the fact that because I am bisexual and in a hetero relationship with Kayla, she has told me it's okay for me to seek sexual relations with a man, but not a woman. With Naomi King being non-binary, they were referencing that there's a gray space. But it is absolutely my fault that those lines were crossed at all, and I take full accountability for that. And this is something that Kayla and I have had to work on for years.
I'm sorry, Mr. Daniel Greene with over 500,000 subscribers. Can YouTubers stop shitting where you eat? Why are y'all shitting where you eat? I don't understand this. If YouTube pays my bills, I'm not going to shit where I eat. You don't date at work. I'm sorry. Some of y'all may disagree with me, but you just don't. Stop shitting where you eat. That's it. Okay? Shout out to you, Christine. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, love. Is it just me who like why would y'all if YouTube is where you're getting your following and you're a big public figure, why are you shitting where you eat? And I'm sorry, it's true. Like what? Not only that, but you're cheating, right? Like there's more to this. It's not just that. Like cheating is wrong, period, especially if you're in a committed relationship.
Weeks after that happened, I made my video a conversation about manipulation, consent, and assault. I did not think he was keeping tabs on me. And in case you're wondering if there have been any allegations against Daniel, there was.
She said
He
that.
told me about it. That's the only reason I know about it. He told me it was false and that there's no way it could be true because he wasn't there at the time. Turns out he told Discord something different. He told Discord he was there, but he was only there to visit his father.
I fully admit, at the time, I had no idea who was making those allegations, and I had an instinctual response to just say no, absolutely could not be anybody. I only visited my dad for a few weeks that summer in Nashville before going off to study abroad in Ireland. I had been on a couple of Tinder dates while I was visiting my dad, but obviously none of those dates aligned with what was being alleged in these posts at all. But I did not know for sure who this person was until I worked with my lawyer when I sent off my cease and desist, and they were able to find out it was Madison, a person whose full name I will not say here because after I sent my cease and desist, they did delete their posts. At that point, I filed a police report against Madison as well. One of the reasons I didn't suspect Madison was the one to make these accusations was one, it did not align with our encounter in Nashville at all. And in addition to that, after I got back from studying abroad in Ireland, Madison came to visit me in Virginia on their way to Florida, driving several hours out of their way to spend a weekend with me. And I have an eyewitness testimony from my college roommate who can talk about meeting Madison that weekend. All I asked Mark to do was say what they knew for sure about that weekend when Madison visited.
Hi, my name's Mark. I was Daniel's roommate, one of Daniel's roommates, our senior year of college. So that would be fall 2016 through spring 2017. We lived in a house together in Fredericksburg. At one point, Maddie came to visit Daniel. I didn't have eyes on the correspondence between them before her arrival or after her departure. She was very cordial the entire time she was in the house. Daniel introduced her to us. They spent a bit of time together in his room behind closed doors, so I didn't see what was going on back there. But I did see her walk throughout the house a couple of times. She didn't communicate to me that she was there against her will or any intent to leave or desire to leave or anything like that. So, yeah.
And on a final note regarding Madison, they have had a pattern of appearing when I specifically either hit milestones on the channel or release a book. When I first heard about someone making accusations about me, it is when I hit 100,000 subscribers. They then followed up with another post when I released my book, Breach of Peace. And with what the last video was here on the channel, I can't help but feel like it's still a thing.
I think Madison was dragged into this because Naomi dragged Madison into this. Madison was mentioned in 2023 when she did her first video where she essentially said that she had talked to somebody, and then in this video too, that's why. So Madison had posted something on Tumblr, and it was a 2016 post or something like that, many years ago, and he's giving context to those allegations. That, I mean, do we have a police report? What do we have from here? You know what I mean? I'm a little concerned with that too, but hey, okay, let me hit play on this.
Got back to the hotel. I went to the pool. He stayed in the hotel room for hours.
This was another lie from Naomi. I wasn't sure if I should take the time to disprove here in the video, but I think it's important to display a pattern of dishonest behavior from Naomi. We went out on excursions the entire time we were in Las Vegas, including going to a otherworld universe grocery store experience art house that is available in Las Vegas. Here is a receipt for me making purchases at the gift shop there for Naomi and myself. On that first full day, though, I also spent many hours with Naomi by the pool, giving my thoughts on a short story they had given me about a polyamorous rock band. And then I want to finally end this section of the video by giving context to the clip you saw at the beginning, which was from the personal individual one Naomi King sent me after I had blocked them on several platforms.
I wish I could take it all back. I wish I could take it all fucking back. It was not worth losing what we had. It was not worth putting Kayla through all this fucking torture. It wasn't even slightly worth it. I wish.
What is this? Like, I don't even know what to, like, I'm speechless. This whole video, first of all, oh my God. Like, she never says anything about a sex assault in this video or in the message to Kayla. Like, I don't know. Andrew, I see your messages, love. Everybody sees you. What do you guys think? Dried eye Sabi? Ah, my God. Let me see. This is Booktube. This is somebody gave me initially when my subscriber gave me the information, they were like, you need to look into this to bring awareness to this, because that's what we do. We bring awareness to, stories like this, right? If somebody's being silent or somebody's being like hurt, or, we want to make sure that their voice is amplified. And I was like, all for it. I said, yeah, we need to figure something out. It's always important to get all sides of the story, right? Like, well, we're not all into the story. Well, we're all into the story now, LOL. We're probably not responding as much as we normally do. I'm just saying, like, when it was sent to me, it was like, help this girl amplify her voice, help her. And I'm like, okay, sure. Like, and I'm looking at it and I feel for her because we know what this is like, right? They lied, Linda. Thank you. You said, hey, Mike. Mike Wilson says, I'm going to chime in now. I've been following Naomi King's YouTube channel for 13 years. I fear that this situation is a lot more complex than it seems. Excuse me, let me clear my throat. I can agree to the fact that it's probably more complex. I can also agree to the fact that, in my opinion, I feel like she misinformed a lot of people. And I'm not okay with that. As somebody who's worked in government for many years, and I've said it before, those that my regulars know on my channel, as a social worker, you can't misinterpret or misrepresent situations like this. We're in an age in social media where people can get brought down, and people are very quick to do things, right? This social media thing is that man's livelihood, and I question and I concerns for that, right? Did she think about that? Or what was the reason for this at this point? I have a lot of questions, and I don't want to. She said she filed the police report. I don't want to forget about that. But she has yet to really tell the people what the police told her. People can file police reports every day. But the fact, I even took a stance back for a little bit and I said, well, she's trying to self-advocate through a police report. What happened there? What happened with the investigation? She could have felt pressured to have sex with him. She could have said that could have very well been the case. But when she initially reached out to Kayla, it wasn't for a sex assault. It wasn't to warn her of a sex assault. And that's the piece that I struggle with, because she wasn't trying to, that wasn't what this is about. You don't think there was? Yeah. And there could have been, right, Basil? Like, maybe there wasn't an investigation. I don't know. Thought is Naomi's trying to get revenge on Daniel for not leaving his fiance. Maybe, Renee. I mean, right now everything's open for interpretation. and he was moving on and was willing to anything to get her back, says AP. Maybe. That is true, Caroline. I can agree to that, but I don't personally, after watching all of this go down, and this is just my opinion. You guys are entitled to your guys' opinion. I believe that she was upset with him and wanted to hurt him. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Something, none of this seems very genuine. And you only get so many times to do this genuinely. You know what I mean? And this is a huge deal. You don't like this is not a joke, y'all. This is huge. Yes, it's a complex situation, but she tried to get this man landed in jail. And she's trying to ruin his life and livelihood. Yeah. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. I don't know. I don't know what kind of support systems she has or who she talked to figure out how to deal with this, but this isn't the way to do it. She really does need to get some help, guys. She does. And if people care about her, they really need to help her, her circle, because what she's doing here is not okay. It just isn't. It's not okay. Mar, thank you for the $9.99 for Baby Bunny's birthday. Well, her birthday's on the 1st of March, but thank you so much for the $9.99. And shout out to Sylvia. Sylvia, I gotta shout out to Sylvia. All right, Sylvia, I hope you're feeling better. If you're watching the replay, we're thinking about you. Okay, and thank you so much for the $9.99, love. It's just, you said he needs to move on and start making videos again. Yeah, he's a cheater, but that's not anyone's business. It will take time, but he can come back from this. She really screwed up. I believe that he can come back from this. He just don't shit where you eat. I mean that, y'all. If you're a YouTuber, don't be shitting where you eat. Like, unless you're a family vlogger and you're married to your significant other, I guess that's a whole different story. But like, this should be a story of that. And I hope Kayla understands that I it sounds like they've been working through this. So I don't want to project or conclude anything on Kayla's side, because I think the worst thing you can do in a situation like that is act like a woman is weak. And I don't think she's weak. I think she's at least that's not what I picked up from what she said. She's upset by this situation. I'm sure she didn't want to see this play out, in the public, but she doesn't strike me as a weak person either. And I hope that she understands that, some of this shit she doesn't need to permit, Mm-mm.
I wish I'd said no. I wish you'd never gone to Vegas. I feel so fucking guilty because of what I did. Because of what I did to Kayla.
I fully believe both Naomi King and I, by the end of the weekend, regretted our actions. But even in the message that Naomi King redacted and showed you on screen, I was the one who demanded we confess, who came to Kayla and told the truth. Naomi, we both had regrets that weekend, and we both felt terrible when we were leaving. But I'm not accusing you of assaulting me. And admittedly, I am only showing clips from these full videos to demonstrate how Naomi King has decided, after time has gone on, to greater distort the truth to make me look worse about a situation we both regretted at the time. And then you can see all of this come to a head in the video that made me contact legal counsel, and you will see why when Naomi King gave these thoughts.
I'm just going to use men and women as an example. You can swap the genders and not all men, but I'm just going to, for example.
This is the first video in 2023, and it's not a joke, right? Like, this is serious. Tinkle Tits, good morning. Happy Monday to you, love. Shout out to you. You said, I'm going to just come out and say it. I don't think she's non-binary. I think she just likes to say is for attention. E. Taylor, I don't know. I've never asked her. I don't know her. Typically, when somebody tells me to identify them a certain way, I respectfully do it and don't question it. Although I do forget because, like somebody said in the comments, I forgot about the pronouns. I forget about the pronouns all the time, but it's not out of a place of, trying to hurt anybody. It's really, I do forget about the pronouns. Some of us do. The way I feel is there's no perfect victim. When they try so hard to present themselves as being a victim, when they leave out stuff, and that feels strange and manipulative. B, don't you think it's also manipulative to delete things? When she released the video yesterday of her apology, She deleted the letter. Initially it had the letter and then it was deleted. I told you guys, I uploaded the whole thing and I read the letter. Somebody said in my comments, you should just do an AI instead of reading. I'm like, you should just pay me to do AI, okay? Like what? Thank you. Yeah, and I'm talking about Naomi. I hear you, B. Shout out to you. I just don't believe in sitting on people who love you and that you claim to love. Period. Welcome, Layla. How are you? How are you? Yeah, thank you, Chico. I'm gay and I forget about the pronouns. I don't do it to be disrespectful. I truly forget about the pronouns. I do, y'all. So please forgive me if I have messed up pronouns. That's not my intent at all. I promise. You said it's 109.2 here in Australia, so I've settled to catch up. Sarah, that is hot in Australia. What is 100 and well, no, I've been through that kind of temperature before. All right, let me hit play.
Example. There's a lot of men, not all, that will date and say things that basically make the person they're dating feel as though, okay, they are looking for long term. This is something that they're going for. Eventually they reach a point where they're like, okay, yep, I will sleep with this person. That person, woman in this situation, she is consenting to an intimate experience with someone that she has trusted and is getting to know and wants to be with her in the long term and has essentially made her feel that way emotionally. And then a lot of the times they'll fuck and then the guy will be like, all right, peace. That's assault. And then, if the...
I struggled with that. I'm going to be honest with you. So when I did the reaction video, okay, because she says, there was a buildup to get into this relationship, man or woman, whatever you identify as. And then she says, that's assault. Yeah. Y'all didn't catch that? That was the first reaction video I did. When this was sent to me, I said, is it possible? Is being manipulated to having sex? Well, no, that's not a good example. Is being okay. When does manipulation become a crime? Well, when you're being coerced to do something you don't want to do, right? Like I would think that would be the thing, right? But you being in a, emotional type of affair, because that's what I think that's what I called it initially. I said he was having an emotional affair with this woman, and she was playing therapist for like 3 years or something like that. That's what she said. And there was this buildup, right, in conversation where he's gonna cheat on her, he's a serial cheater, like they're building up to this, okay? And then they finally meet. Now they met in Vancouver. That was the first meeting. And the second time they met in Vegas. And then there's this buildup to this, right? But you knew that he was married. You knew, you guys decided we're not going to do anything. Nothing's going to happen. Hell, even the letter doesn't even talk about how nothing's not going to happen. Now that I'm thinking back to the letter, the 8-page letter, that doesn't say that. There were no rules established there. But at the end of the day, you gave this man like an 8-page letter, and then you gave him ideas on how he could leave his fiance, what he could tell her so that she wouldn't be hurt. So you were really like, you really wanted this guy. That's the problem. And he didn't pick you. Okay. So when does this become a crime? If you're in a room with him, which by the way, he's paying because he wanted to spoil you. He could have paid for another room, but he didn't. You are sleeping naked there, right? And by the way, I'll say it again. Sleeping naked is not an invitation for a sex assault. So I'm never going to justify that if that allegedly happened, which I have my doubts at this point. But she says she filed a police report. I don't know where it went with that. Was this part of the hookup culture? Maybe. Tinkleton said it kind of like a mutual agreement to hook up, no strings attached. But did she want strings? You know what I mean? Like even in the 8-page letter, she talks about I was okay, I was okay with you being with Kayla and me being your side piece where you would fuck. I was okay with that. And I said, girl, I don't think you were. I don't think you were. Because you wouldn't write an 8-page letter talking about how he needs to leave the girl that he loves. You know what? You are so right. There is this like twisted mental gymnastics to call a situation assault and is insulting words. People, I agree with you. I struggle with this one here, you know? And then yes, A. Taylor, thank you. She was vague with her wording, but I think they meant as a sugar baby platform. Well, I think that they meant because he messaged her about Black Lives Matter. That's what she says. That those are the messages that were sent. The sad part is Naomi could really be essayed in the future and no one will believe her. You cry wolf once and it's hard to believe the person when something does happen. Can you put this in all caps, please, Gamer 210? I've never seen you in my comments, but I completely agree with you. Not only that, think about other women that are in similar situations, men and women, because men can be victims too. Okay? Yes, they can. People that are in similar situations that are not believed because of this. Okay? Let me hit play on this.
If the woman is like, well, okay, fuck. Now I feel completely used. I feel completely violated, especially when it comes to the things of, you know, you thought you were going to have some kind of sex and then he did something that you didn't fucking want. But then the police are like, but you consented to it. Now you're just regretting it afterwards. What do you think?
In this 2023 video, Naomi King also accuses me of trying to use them as a therapist for 3 years in an attempt to get them in bed. I was not the one wanting to buy lube and escalate things. I want to iterate that again here and prove Naomi King was the one pressuring me to go further. Then in the same video, they apply this to Madison, who I only knew for a summer, meeting on a few dates in 2016, and only saw one final time after getting back from studying abroad in Ireland and not being in contact with them that I can recall much at, if all, while there. This narrative about me being some emotional manipulator is just outright false, and I can say just did not happen. In our relationship, I did talk to Naomi about a lot of personal things, but I certainly told them many things about myself that Madison never knew, and Madison and I only saw each other a few times and did not text that much in between. It has also been brought to my attention that Naomi King, in their second video posted Saturday, also admitted to writing 3 songs about me.
Those songs, y'all, those songs, I said, this says more about, what is it? Doesn't art, am I saying it correctly? Art imitates life, or life imitates, y'all know what I mean. That's how I felt when I was reading those songs
before our trip to Las Vegas that include lyrics like, you're all I want because I can't have you. You're all I want because you found someone new. You're all I want. Now I've got no one. And you can't blame me if I feel to some extent it's not cheating if we never change the way we've been. Baby, if I come and take your hand, there's a part of me that doesn't care if she's your girlfriend.
I did read that part. I said, what the heck? You know what, Carolyn, you're right. Like this right here, what you said. Why did she say we could to sex for money? This doesn't help her accusations. Such a tricky situation. And I thought about that. I said, well, that sounds like prostitution. Okay. That's what that sounds like to me. He paid for, I don't know, like that. That's the part that I was like, okay, like it's a very tricky situation. But the whole money thing, when she said that, I said, was that like prostitution or what? It's Fatal Attraction, the real life YouTube edition, says Victoria. Oh my gosh. When you record and retain her panic attack in her video, I knew something was fishy. Nothing going through PTSD would broadcast. Nobody. Sydney, even the reenacting of the sex assault, right? The alleged sex assault. You're reenacting him jacking off, the sounds and the noises. I was like, I went back to my videos and I said, I'm gonna edit that shit out, and I did. I went back and I edited some of those out because I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It just doesn't sound right. Yeah, I might even put some of that on private because I just don't know how I feel about it. Naomi is projecting their manipulation tactics onto Daniel. Yes. Yeah, the reenactment was so triggering. It should have gotten taken down immediately. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. So what I understood, because I thought she took her video down, it was actually YouTube who took her video down for nudity, even though she wasn't really like nude. I mean, she was under the blankets, but she wasn't showing. You know what I mean? It's vile. It's so weird that she included the lyrics and the messages that had all the stuff in it when that wasn't part of the actual narrative. Like, why isn't that in your story? But why show us LOL weird? The lady with the eyebrows I've seen in a recent video of her asking for money to travel home. Not sure what's going on, just listening. The lady with the eyebrows? I got eyebrows. Oh, you're talking about Onijah. We'll get to Onijah. I was like, our kid. I was like, what are you talking about? She took it down for sure. She said that it was YouTube, but I didn't see anything that said that YouTube took it down. Typically, like there's a message. Some people said they saw it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. But let me go ahead and play this, y'all.
Before finally, maybe I'm being mean, I guess I am, but you love it, don't you? We both have that darkness, and if you think about it, you're her man, only because I didn't say yes back then. All that did happen that weekend was a consensual affair that I do believe both Naomi King and I feel horrible about. And I have two final things I want to say here, and one of them is in response to my last video. In my last video, I certainly came across lawyered up. And yes, I absolutely am. If someone comes after you, your loved one's career, and tries to destroy your life, hire a lawyer. It is not an admittance of guilt. And even in the world in general, if the police ask you to come in for questioning, even if you are innocent and have no idea what they are talking about, bring a lawyer. They are not on your side. Others will not be on your side. And you have a right to legal representation so you don't make dumb mistakes. And I want to say I understand why creators were quick to make videos backing Naomi King after seeing their video. Their video was heartbreaking and full of lies. I just ask that if you could, please update your audience on the full facts now. I understand I am not going to win over everybody, and there are still going to be people who want to send hate my way because I did have an affair, and it's the worst thing I've ever done, and Kayla and I are still trying to move on from it. But the one person who's been receiving hate that has absolutely done nothing wrong in this entire situation is Kayla. For 2 years, Kayla and I have been trying to grow, heal, and move on. And this has made it a lot harder.
I'm going to keep this very short. Yes, 2 years ago, Daniel had an affair while we were dating. But let me be clear, I love Daniel, and he has put in hard work and years of therapy and has proven to me that he is the person that I want to spend my life with. Yes, he is imperfect, but he is also my best friend, my business partner, the love of my life, and he has earned back my trust. It's the reason why I agreed to marry him when he proposed to me in September. And I have been there for him through all this, just as he's been there for me. But please try to remember that I am also a person. I have seen the videos and the comments dissecting and placing judgment on my choice to stay with Daniel. I have lost friends over this, some who are unwilling or unable to stay in my life. And reliving this under a microscope, under the public eye, has been humiliating, traumatizing, and incredibly isolating. So all I ask for right now is just kindness and support.
I can't believe people would criticize her. Like, what the hell? I mean, for what? For what? Why would people criticize? I don't get this shit. Like, it took, first of all, it took a lot of guts for her to do this video with him, okay? Because honestly, if I don't know if I could, I'd be like, you got us into this shit. You figure out how to get us out of this shit, okay? You know what I mean? But why are people dragging her? I don't get it. Because my understanding is that maybe people thought, oh, she's sticking by her man who might have sexually assaulted this other woman. But why are people giving her shit when I don't get this. I don't get it. But I will say this. If I was Kayla, I'd be like, no. You deal with this, Daniel. You got us in this shit. You figure out how to get it. So shout out to her for sticking to her man. But I will say this. I mean, I just don't know. I'd probably let him sweat. That's what I would do. That's I don't know. What would you guys do? You think that's called love? You feel bad for her. She went through the damn ringer. Yeah, she did. But and I mean, like I said, yeah, I hope that this was a lesson learned.
In addition to that, many people I know for sure have been sending Naomi King's video to authors I've interviewed or sponsors that I've had, and the damage of that is going to take a long time to recover from. I don't know when it'll become okay to post regular content on the channel again here moving forward, but thank you for watching. More soon.
Wow. Okay.
Polly.
So then let me show you guys something else. Nurse Janice tagged me to this video. This is creators are making apology videos now. This is somebody called Library of a Viking. All right. And he dropped this 3 hours ago. It's about 5 minutes.
Last week, a creator named Naomi King released a 35-minute video in which she alleged that fellow booktuber Daniel Greene had assaulted her twice and later sent a cease and desist letter, which she characterized as an attempt to silence her. Now, that video deeply shocked me, as it did many others. It also led to a widespread backlash against Daniel Greene, including a significant loss of subscribers, an influx of negative comments, and a surge of videos supporting Naomi King's claims. After watching that video, I felt compelled to speak out in support of Naomi. I created a 5-minute video titled Addressing the Allegations Against Daniel Greene, in which I outlined the accusations, expressed my personal connection to Daniel as a role model, and I stated that I could no longer associate myself with a creator who had allegedly committed such serious acts.
By the way, there were so many people. Yes, you're right. You said people were mad at Kayla because Naomi said that Kayla called them a vile person after telling Kayla about the essay. You're right. That's what I figured, that people were probably criticizing Kayla because they thought that she stayed with somebody who had allegedly assaulted, a person, which would make sense. But at the same time, this is where I sit back and I'm like, well, everybody's got to get the full picture because we never know. We don't know, right? Like, we don't know. So I appreciate that this creator did a video and said, like, listen, this is what I heard. This is what happened. And, where does he stand with this?
I was emotionally distraught after watching the original video, and that emotional impact led me to speak out very publicly. My intention was to amplify the voice of someone I believed to be a victim and to encourage awareness. However, on Saturday, Naomi King posted a follow-up video, and it became apparent that much of the original evidence had allegedly been taken out of context. Now, I was largely offline after posting my initial video, but a friend alerted me to this new development. And in light of the new evidence, it became clear that there were a lot of parts missing from the original video. I therefore made the decision to unlist my original video as soon as this was brought to my attention. Now, I cannot take back the impact my words may have had, and I accept responsibility for that. Today, Daniel Greene has released his own video addressing this situation, and I encourage everyone here to watch it to hear his perspective directly. Now, I want to make it clear, I deeply regret my actions for several reasons. Firstly, I allowed emotions to override judgment, and I really should have taken more time to critically assess the situation before making a public statement. Secondly, this situation has caused stress and hardships for my family. My wife and I are actually currently expecting our first child, a baby girl, and the past 5 days have been some of the most difficult of my life. The emotional toll has been significant, and I regret any distress I have caused my wife. Thirdly, I feel like I let my audience down. By reacting prematurely, I have contributed to the cycle of online outrage rather than fostering a constructive and fair discussion.
You know what happens though? Okay, not to like defend people that were initially giving, their stance, because I know that people deleted their videos. And like you said right here, is it Crab? You said that the creators that condemned Daniel couldn't wait 3 days for the whole story. Let me tell you what happens. And I'll say it by experience, because this did happen to me recently. People want creators, like, they want you to take a stand. And sometimes if you're in shared communities, they want you to hurry up and do it when something breaks. Where are my mods at? You guys can attest to this. How often have I not been pressured to give a statement about somebody else's behaviors or decision or life making when we don't even have the full story? Mods, because you guys have been through this roller coaster with me a couple times as of recent, where people will push you to make a statement when we don't even have the full context. And what happens? It's kind of like this. If you don't make a statement, I'm unsubscribing. It happens a lot. So sometimes when somebody does something, thank you, Tinkle. Thank you. Did we not argue about this earlier? Did we very recently? Thank you, Rena. Thank you for telling the people. Okay. So this is where I feel for the creator because I'm one, but also like people don't wait because there's this pressure to hurry up and make a statement. It's not always about the view, guys. I promise you. Sometimes that's not always what that's about. Sometimes people, supporters will pressure you to make a statement because they need you to. We have been through it. I know I have been through it a lot. Yes, you see, so many people are looking dumb, and I wouldn't thought people would have learned not to jump on a bandwagon after Heard versus Johnny Depp situation a couple years back. Exactly. You are damn if you do and damn if you don't. People want to hear your thoughts as fast as possible. That's the problem with this, and I'm saying it by experience because I've lived it a couple times. My supporters here can tell you that. You didn't need to see Daniel's evidence to you didn't need to see Daniel's evidence that hers was blacked out like crazy. That's one paragraph where 90% was redacted and only 2 short paragraphs were visible. Should have been an indicator. I mean, everybody sees things a little bit different. Right. Shout out to Nebulous in the chat. Yeah, I'm always seeing creators push to make a knee-jerk statement all the time. All the time. And yes, Tinkleton says, Rabbit, I have a statement for you. We love you and your content. Thank you, love. Yes, they want an immediate reaction and hot takes and not a thoughtful response. And that's the problem. So this is why I don't like I understand what it's like to be on that side, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? The pressure is real. And I have lost subscribers and supporters over not hurrying up and picking a side or making a statement. So please note that when he says this, I feel for what he's saying here. Okay. And you rarely, thank you for saying this, Crow, you rarely get the full story.
But fourth and most importantly, I owe Daniel Greene a sincere apology. Daniel, if you see this, I want you to know that I'm truly, truly sorry for making a rushed judgment and for any harm my video may have caused. You have been a role model to me, and I regret that I did not uphold the fairness and integrity that you have always shown in the community. Now, I do understand if you do not wish to forgive or associate with me again, but I want you to know that I'm trying to take full accountability for my role in this situation. I have also reached out to Daniel privately to express my regret and ask for his forgiveness. Now, he's under no obligation to respond, but I wanted to at least acknowledge my mistake directly. Now, I have lost a number of subscribers in the past days, and that's fine. I totally accept that. But I'm not asking anyone to support me in the situation, but I do really want to encourage all of you that, like me, acted hastily in response to the situation to also reflect and try and take responsibility. Please, if you unsubscribe or distance yourselves from Daniel Greene based on incomplete information, I do urge you to reconsider. Accountability should not only apply to content creators, it needs to apply to all of us when we engage in online discourse. To Naomi King, I struggle to comprehend the extent of the damage this situation has caused within the Booktube community. Many creators, probably in the hundreds or even the thousands, supported you in good faith, regardless of your intentions. This controversy has sown division, eroded trust, and potentially harmed future survivors who may now hesitate to come forward for fear of not being believed. And here I haven't even mentioned the potential damage you may have caused Daniel Greene. Now, I do not expect or deserve forgiveness from everyone, but I hope that those who have followed my content understand that my actions came from a place of good intentions, even if they were deeply flawed. This whole situation has been a significant learning moment for me, that I need to not immediately make videos based on my emotions, but rather be patient and occasionally wait until the facts appear. I do believe that I can learn and grow from this situation and become a better person and a creator going forward. I also think it's absolutely crucial that people are allowed to change their minds and opinions based on new evidence, and that's what I'm doing with this video. I think that has been a really important learning lesson for me as someone that really wants to be seen as a person with integrity. Obviously, I cannot change the past. Believe me, if I could, I would. But what I can do is to take responsibility, try and make amends, and ensure I move forward in the right way. So this will be my final statement on the matter. I look forward to turning my back on the situation and get back to why I created this channel, which was to create content that helped people fall in love with books and to be a voice for good in the community. May God bless you all and bring healing to those impacted by this horrible situation.
Yeah.
Last week,
What do you guys think? I thought it was a thorough apology. I mean, people, this whole situation is straight up sad. A Library of I'm gonna give him a subscription, y'all. Go subscribe to him because I do feel like he was being, like I said, I know what it's like to be in that situation where you're being pressured to take a stand. You know what I'm saying? And nobody should be having to lose their platform or supporters over it. But it does happen. And I promise you guys, I know it from the Scientology community. I know it from the true crime community. I know it from the T sector. There are times where things happen and people want people to take stands. And I give commentary about a bunch of things. Okay. That's how I feel. You said this is what people aren't understanding. What Naomi did and what she wanted to come out of it. She succeeded. And now she's trying to come out on the other side with a reasonable amount of integrity. There's no integrity to that, right? Deaf Knight, thank you for coming. Look, people, your mental health, which I think would be the reason why people would say, well, she's got a lot of mental health stuff, is not an excuse, right? Because she's responsible for her own mental health behavior. If I come out here, and I've said this before, if I come out here crashing out, y'all, I am responsible for my own mental health behavior based on the things that I put out, right? Like, that's not on anybody else. So for her to think I'm going to wipe this out and show some reasonable amount of integrity, no, this wasn't the way to go about it. Now, if she really wanted to bring some justice to the situation, right? Say that let's just give a little bit of something to her, what she said, okay? She would have filed that police report and gotten a lawyer. And maybe criminally, nothing could have happened. But say civilly, right? Maybe something. She brought it here online. Actions speak louder than words, in my opinion. Yeah, she was definitely angry, and she wasn't chosen, and she wanted to lash out at him in any way that she could. I agree with you on that. And looking back, it was to release the part 1 video. And she'd been planning this out. Well, and I was thinking about that too, because the first video was from 2023. She had to have been planning this out for quite some time. You know what I mean? Like, at the same time, yeah, he did out himself. This is a complex situation. She's already claiming mental health, which is disgusting. It makes me even more disgusting with her being a human being. Everybody's responsible for their own mental health. Okay. You said not in 2023, the one after. I see, Mike. Thank you. She's blaming on the gummies and not the tinkle, not nebulous. The man lost 37,000 subscribers. He lost a lot of supporters. He lost a lot of deals of what happened. So this did impact him. So if he decides to sue, he's in his every right to sue. And I hope that he does. I mean, something needs to happen. I'm sorry. I cannot. And then the editing and then deleting the videos. You think the engagement might have triggered it? I'm not even in that community and I don't know too much of it, but the subscriber that sent this to me, I mean, we had to see this through, right? And find out as much information as we could to see how this plays out. I think that I have seen situations where victims have been silenced, really silenced. And then to see this other side of that's not what this is, it's just so upsetting. I hope she gets off the internet. Like, honestly, I hope that she gets off the internet and seeks help. This isn't okay. What she did is not okay. Mm-mm. She effed around and she needs to find out. Make an example of her. Oof. He's expressed in the past that he wanted to move away from YouTube and just do writing. So this had potential to completely destroy his livelihood. I would sue. She needs to sit down for sure on this one. Yeah, I think she needs to sue. And she needs to not have any more, she needs to not attempt any more contact with anybody. I mean, I don't know. She's in Canada, so I don't know what jurisdiction, but this is a good example of getting a restraining order. This is not okay. You see a Netflix documentary coming soon? I mean, something. It is criminal, absolutely. And there's a civil suit coming too. But what she did is criminal. I think, yeah, like, I don't know for what law specifically. I mean, but I hear what you're saying. If there is a civil suit coming through, I mean, I would love to cover that. So we'll probably talk about that here in this channel, just so we can see it through. And again, I don't know any of these people. Okay, I don't know any of these people, so my view of this is a bit independent of the situation. Okay, that's my thought on that. But if there is a lawsuit filed, oh, you better believe we're gonna cover that. And we're gonna talk about that. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Moral of the story: don't cheat and don't be a homewrecker and don't shit where you eat. All right. Don't have any emotional affairs with people online. Like, what do you think was gonna happen? I mean, and I know that's horrible for me to say it that way, but I'm just being honest. Don't shit where you eat because you just never know. Especially with somebody you just don't shit and don't cheat and don't shit where you eat. Okay, I've been following Daniel since 2019ish, so this was very shocking. I bet Basil, but I think he will recover from this. But he did lose like 37,000. Like, I've never seen anybody lose that many subscribers in like 3 days. That is a lot. That is a lot. All right, guys. So I have to move on. I'm going to work on a shorter video. I just dropped it. If you didn't watch my other video from this morning, it's like the 8 pages. We just released it. The girl tried to delete it. I'm repeating myself again, but I have to move on. We have to talk about Onijah Robinson. Are y'all here for Onijah? Some of you guys may not be. So we are moving on from the topic. My hope is, in conclusion, there needs to be justice. People need to get in trouble, and the girl needs to get help, and she should have some legal repercussions, in my opinion, against her. Period. That's how I feel. And you know what's so interesting? Before I move on, she really tried to make the Neil Gaiman situation similar to this. Okay, I peeped that too, Sage. I peeped that too. All right, let's talk about our sister Onijah. Onijah. I guess it's locked up in Dubai. So I'm hearing that. So I'm trying to understand, like, where can we confirm this? Okay, because I saw Tasha K talk a little bit about this. There's another article that's expressing this. Pakistani breakdown. We talked about that. All right. I'm not. Oh, hold up, y'all. Here we go.
I'm seriously just worried. I'm legitimately worried right now for sister. Because like I just saw a video of her. I think she was being escorted off the plane. She was on the plane, but then she was being escorted, and there was security over there. You know, when there's security, it's never a good sign. And security in Dubai, these guys do not mess around.
Has she been locked up? Like, literally, told y'all Muslim countries don't play when it comes to women. You said that guy is cute. He is kind of cute, right, Tinkle? Mm-hmm. You said smoke. Well, I wonder if she was smoking on the plane. Where was she smoking? Because apparently she's facing up to 5 years. You said long as she got her money and her food, hunty. Well, and her crisp, because they made chips after her. No.
These guys, they're not as chill as us. They're not the type who will empathize. Like in Pakistan, at least we empathize. We're like, okay, but she's probably unwell. Treat her with care. Despite the fact that you look at us like as there was some backward nation or something. No, we have feelings. We have a lot of feelings, actually. And we will actually just, look at you on a human level. We're like, you know what? No, okay, she's not okay. She's not okay. It's fine. Like, if she wants a good cry, let her have a good cry. If she wants to eat, okay, let her eat. If she wants to, just keep her happy.
I don't think she has her Chippa next to her anymore. What happened to Chippa? Y'all remember Chippa was the one that was, when she was telling that man that, hey, shut up. You talk too much. Shut up, you talk too much. I said, oh my God, what happened?
Kid gloves. Dubai and these people, they don't care. They don't care. They don't give a damn. Like, they won't even just look at you and be like, oh my God, like, why is she reacting this way? They'll just be like, jail now. So yeah, it's like, yeah, man, it was fun and games for a while, but those fun and games is making me worried now.
Oh my God.
I just want her to get back home, man. I want Pakistan's princess, the princess of Pakistan, just to land back home, come to her welcome party, enjoy, be happy. Yeah, I want her out of Dubai, man. I want her out of Dubai. It's not fun. Or send her back to Pakistan. We will take good care of her. We love her. Despite however she is, we love her. But yeah, man, it's not fun in games anymore. Onijah is not fun in games anymore. Guys, I am seriously, like, I just woke up right now and I
got more sources here as well. So I saw okay, so Tasha initially had reported Onijah reportedly detained in Dubai, allegedly over smoking a cigarette, could face up to 5 years in prison over smoking a cigarette. Dubai's strict laws have landed many foreigners in legal troubles over seemingly minor offenses. This could be another case. Thoughts, Wino? She says. And then here, this is the Pakistani news outlet. U.S. woman Onijah Andrew Robinson, who left Pakistan on February 7th after failing to reunite with her online lover, was detained by the UAE authorities. Her video went viral after she skipped her flight to New York and remained in Dubai. Full article on the website. We'll have to follow up on that. Okay, so, and then here it is. There's more. The U.S. General Consulate recognizes the efforts of 16 governments, by the way, officials in Karachi, and announced appreciation certificates for their compassion when they were dealing with Onijah. Now, let's get into this article. Where can I find this article? Let me see. I mean, let's go to. Oh, this is the Instagram link. I want to see the full article. Where'd you go, article? So, see if we could pull it here. What do y'all think? I mean, literally arrested, detained. Okay, so there's a couple of people that are reporting on this. The U.S. woman in love with Pakistani man detained in Dubai. And this is from the Express Tribune, all right? U.S. woman in love with Pakistan detained in Dubai. Airline officials are reportedly hesitant to allow her on a 15-minute hour flight. Oh my God. Come on, YouTube. Don't do this to me. Here we go. Due to security concerns, an American woman who had spent nearly 4 months in Karachi after falling in love with a Pakistani man has been detained in Dubai after failing to board her flight to the United States. Her family's in New York, was expecting her arrival, but she did not reach the U.S. Authorities launched an inquiry. Reports suggest that after a video of her surfaced on social media, U.S. officials contacted the UAE authorities, leading to restrictions on her movement and eventual detention. Despite being taken into protective custody, authorities face challenges in deporting her since she has not violated any laws and is on a valid visit visa. She cannot be forcibly removed. Why didn't she just go home when she had the opportunity? They don't mess around in Dubai. You said you can't lead a horse to water, but you can lead a horse to water. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Let me see. I need that ADHD friendly routine, rabbit. I'm just like, I cannot. That was her in the picture. That's a mugshot, like from a long time ago. That wasn't her. What do you guys think? Clout is a hell of a drug. I don't know what to make. I mean, she's detained. She's been detained. This is why she hasn't been on social media. She wanted to go to Dubai. Remember, she said she wanted to have a baby in Dubai. Now, I don't know if that meant that she was pregnant, but that's what she said. So I feel like she went missing for a minute, and now she's been detained, and now nobody can find her. She's famous on TikTok right now. When is her baby due? I don't know. Onijah said she wanted 10,000 USD and she won't return to the New York. So that was the news on her, y'all. Y'all know when she's in her cell cussing right now. She's telling people to shut up. I don't think that that's worked very well for her to favor. Honestly, it does not. She put herself in that situation. She could have gone home. She could have just been home. She was put in a facility. They were evaluating her. This is not good. She just needs to go home. They just need to take her home. Like, why is she and then she was given an extended visa. Oh my goodness. Ada, thank you for being a member for 14 months. I'm really amazed. It is over a year since I found you, Rabbit. It does not feel like it. Love your content. Ada, thank you, love, for supporting my channel. You've been amazing. I appreciate all the support that you've given me. Thank you. It's can't believe it's been like over a year now. Thank you. My channel just had a birthday on the 6th. Happy birthday to us. We are officially 4 years old on my channel. It's amazing it's been that long. And we hit 10 million views on this channel, which a little over 10 million, but thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? She's definitely one of one. Well, shout out to Chippa. Chippa was really nice. Chippa like allowed. She's the Pakistani sister. Okay, she is. But she's in Dubai now, and they're not making promotions and doing different things. Like, they're not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you. Thank you, my blues. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Yeah. All right, guys. I need me a Chippa. Chippa deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. That's what he does. Okay. I'm just gonna say that. I said send a camera crew and document this for Netflix. Rando girl. Like, let me just say this. There's been a lot of moments that have needed to have been documented at this point. Aya vamos, how are you, love? Shout out to you. She needs to stop and get some help. Well, she needs to, I don't know, y'all, because like at first it was like, all right, like she said, her person left her, maybe she got scammed, I don't know. And then we find out that the guy's actually 18 years old and she was using a Nicki Minaj filter to trick him. Like, she catfished the guy, okay? Don't forget that he catfished the guy. Nicki Minaj filter. Now hold up, I'm being sent some messages. So she's in protective custody. I'm getting some more. Thank you, Kiva. I'm getting some more information. So Onijah is in protective custody. I saw this article. According to sources, Onijah Andrew departed Robinson Andrew from Karachi International Airport February 7th, where she was scheduled to arrive to New York. However, she did not aboard her connecting flight and instead remained in Dubai on a visa. So there is no mention in these articles about her being detained over smoking. So I'm not really sure where Tasha K sources are at. Hopefully Tasha will release them because there's nothing that's really being confirmed that that's the case, y'all. But I wonder about this. How are you guys? Okay, so I don't think she clearly understands that country. Well, did she understand what she was getting herself into? Like I said previously, she better be glad that this went viral. I truly think that's the only thing that's keeping her alive. Lord have mercy. And there's that. All right, guys. It's been a long live. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I got to work on some other videos. I might be live later tonight because we got to talk. But guys, let me know what you guys think. We covered a lot. Okay? We covered a lot. Thank you. Walker, you guys are recommending me to review other small creators. Hey, do me a favor and send me an email, okay? And let me review that and I'll go from there. I tend to kind of check things out. Can Ahmad drop an email? I know there was somebody else. Check this person out. This is my email. Email me on what you want me to check, and then I'll review it, and I might make a smaller video on it depending on that. Like I said, I'm kind of an outsider to a lot of the stuff that's going on, and some of you guys are letting me know. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Def, that's what Chico is saying. So I don't understand. Did she think that she could have, smoke? Shout out to my boo, Danny Robertson. She covered it earlier. Okay, cool. Thank you. But y'all email me if there's more to this that you want me to cover on Daniel's situation and Naomi's situation. I'm going to work on a smaller video on it. But it needs to be called out. Okay, so we're definitely gonna be calling it out. All right, guys. Y'all are amazing. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Hit the like button. I might be live later. And shout out to you guys. If you're new to us, make sure you're hitting the like button. Show some love. It's free. Hit the like button like you owe a bill. That's what we say over here, okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye, guys.